again, I know we spoke recently about the California fire. We got some update on it as we speak. Um, let's get some update on that. I know they had a it's going crazy. A lot of people are losing their homes, and it's unfortunate. And thoughts and prayers to all these people. But one of the concerns, as you know, as we're coming to understand that the insurances, the insurance companies are gonna be in a lot of stress with this whole fire because the prices of these homes that are burning. I know Janae Aiko, her home got destroyed, and those are millions of dollars. I know. I've seen a couple other homes online. They're in their 30, $40 million homes that are being destroyed. And when you do the math, it's gonna be in the billions of dollars. And I know some insurance companies, a little hurricane and anything that happened, uh, as far as natural disasters, they have a tough time paying their clients. So I wonder, I wonder what's gonna happen. California have some issues um with that they're gonna be facing in the next year or so, getting everybody back to a normal, getting their town, their city back to normal, rebuilding, etc. Um, but here, let's watch the update for today. This sign language gentleman is looking crazy, but um we're gonna play this video and see what they got as far as an update.
We still have 4,000 to 5,000 structures that may be damaged or destroyed. Once we do our damage inspection reports, we'll get a more accurate number for you. We currently have 1,527 firefighting personnel remaining assigned to this incident. The LA County Fire Department is in unified command with the U.S. Forest Service, the LA County Sheriffs, along with the Pasadena, Arcadia, Sierra Madre Fire Departments, and the Pasadena Police Department. Yesterday afternoon, the fire in Eaton Canyon did make a push towards historic Mount Wilson. This observatory is okay thanks to the efforts of the firefighters and observatory staff, and no buildings have been destroyed at Mount Wilson. A firefighter did suffer a significant fall injury yesterday at the Eaton fire. He remains hospitalized. He's resting comfortably, and he's in stable condition and expected to make a full recovery. The cause of the fire remains unknown, and we will advise the media once we get the cause determined. We are appreciative to our many mutual aid partners from out of state for providing assistance to Los Angeles County in our time of need. Thanks to the increased number of resources assigned, the region is in a much better posture than we were earlier this week. And I have been advised that mutual aid resources from Canada are arriving now. The National Weather Service predicts that the red flag will continue through Friday, or continue today through 6 p.m. However, our priority is also going to be to prepare for the next red flag event that is predicted to begin on Monday. I would also like to provide a brief update on the Kenneth fire that erupted yesterday near the Victory Trailhead at the border of Ventura and Los Angeles counties. Thanks to the quick action of first responders and aerial assets, the fire has been stopped. It's currently at 1,000 acres. We have 35% containment, and no structures are reported damaged or destroyed.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And from what we're seeing right now on this press release, it's only 8% that's contained. Um, Meaning they have a lot of work to do still.
One important topic I want to talk about is that we did have a drone incursion yesterday at the Palisades fire. Unknown exactly what time this.
Listen, you want to skip this ad. I would too. But what if I told you?
Apologize for the ad. We have some ads on YouTube.
small drone hit the wing of our CL-415 Super Scooper aircraft that we currently have on contract from the province of Quebec. The pilots were unaware that they hit the drone. It wasn't until they landed at Van Nuys Airport that the maintenance staff noticed that there was a fist-sized hole in the leading edge of the wing inboard.
That is crazy. So people had drones probably trying to see, survey, or watch their home, or just to see what's going on with the fire. And one of their planes got hit with it, uh, and it punched a big hole on the wing. That's crazy. So that plane could have been lost due to this drone. So, and that's another thing with drones is how do we how do we police these drones? Um, I love drones, but sometime in sometime for in this example, these emergencies, you know, people have free will to put their drones up in the air, and these planes are going to be flying, helicopters are going to be flying lower than usual to kind of help with the fire. So you have all these new problems you gotta deal with.
Of the landing light. That Super Scooper.
It's
And
kind of
around
first for
the
a little
Topanga
bit.
Canyon area. Resources responded to the area included our air assets.
Everybody, this morning we have well over 500 LA County deputies that are assisting continuous with evacuations, traffic control, security patrols, and other humanitarian efforts. They're out there. I hear people calling me. They see a lot of black and white police cars rolling with lights and siren. They're out there working. That's what they're doing. They've been actively patrolling evacuated areas and are increasing their presence to deter any burglary or looting activity that may occur. Just to summarize.
That's another thing going on right now as well. You got a lot of looting. You got a lot of people that are just going to these high net worth areas, these high end areas where there's a lot of multi-million dollar houses, 20, 30, $40 million houses, and they're running in there while there's fire around, and ransacking these houses and taking what they can. Um, and it's just unfortunate when you think about it, because it's like these people are losing everything already, and then to feel like their stuff are being taken. Now, we could look at it the other way and say, hey, these things are going to burn anyway. They're going to get insurance money, let these poor people take stuff. But also, you got to think about they evacuating these areas for a reason. They don't want people in there uh getting trapped and getting killed, dying because of the fire. So these people are getting arrested for their own good. They might go up there and get caught up in a fire and die. So that's another thing that's going on as well, that's making headline news. Is that there are a lot of people that are up there, um, not to help. It's just to kind of to break into people's home and steal.
On evacuations for all the fires that we're dealing with. Evacuations orders stand at approximately 153,000 residents that are under evacuation orders and approximately 57,830 structures at risk. And then evacuation warnings, approximately 166,800 residents under both warnings, or I'm sorry, those are just specifically for warnings. What I want to go to next, and we started talking about this last night, is a curfew. A curfew order has been established for the Palisades and Eaton fire areas in all mandatory evacuation zones. That will be in effect. It was in effect last night, and it's going to be in effect tonight at 6 p.m. So it ended at 6 a.m. this morning, will take effect again until 6 p.m. I'm emphasizing that to our media partners because part of this is communicating to the public You cannot be in these affected areas. If you are subject to arrest. That is important. We're not doing this to inconvenience anybody. We're doing it to protect the structures, the houses that people have left because we ordered them to leave, and I want them to feel confident that we are doing everything we can to secure that. This curfew will be strictly enforced and is being taken to enhance public safety, protect property, and
also stop all these people trying to steal and rob and loot. Is the word they're using. Loot these homes. It's also to kind of have a clear indication. Hey, if you're up there past this time, we're gonna arrest you.
prevent any burglaries or looting in the area that the
Exactly.
residents have evacuated. The only people that will be allowed in these areas are disaster workers. Okay? I just want to make that clear because we have other people trying to get in there. And by the way, media partners who have legitimate media credentials, yes, you may enter those areas unless it's very, very unsafe and somebody tells you not to for that reason.
Right.
Again, just
So they won't be blocking media from getting in there, which is good. Which is good. At least we'll get some reporting.
specifically, anyone found in violation of this curfew will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor offense under LA County Code Section 2.68320, and conviction may result in a fine up to $1,000 or jail time. And I'm telling you right now, I know people talk about no bail, and I've given direction that if somebody's caught doing this, they are not going to get cited and released. They're going to get booked. We are not screwing around with this. We don't want anyone taking advantage of our residents that have already been victimized. The National Guard deployment. As many of you are aware, we asked for the National Guard. I'm very
video
thankful
quality
to
on
Governor
this is a
Newsom
little weird.
and the State Office of Emergency Services that fulfilled that request. As of last night, we've had National Guardsmen.
So basically, they're rounding up everybody, getting everyone out, and securing the place, making sure that the looting stops. So let's see here. We have another video here updating.
County is confident these National Guard members will be able to help prevent. Listen to what they had to say.
We're just here to, help protect, make sure people don't go into the evacuation zones and make sure there's no looters around here. We don't want people, even the homeowners, we don't want them to be in danger of the fires and anything else.
Helping everybody, that's what we're here for. It's what I signed up to do. I didn't sign up just to be like some kind of Captain America. That's not my thing. I signed up to, hey, we're here for everybody. I wear the uniform proudly. I love what I do.
And they are stationed at multiple intersections here this morning. While multiple lives have been claimed here, criminals have been attempting to take advantage of empty homes in these neighborhoods. And that is why you see hundreds of deputies that have already been patrolling these evacuation zones now getting help from the California National Guard.
These boys are wild,
Again,
man.
those mandatory evacuation orders.
They literally have to bring the National Guard to kind of stop these people from looting, from going into these neighborhoods that are in flame to loot. It's crazy. Call it what you want, but it's crazy.
Orders remain in place. As many as 32,000 continue to be evacuated. For now, that's the latest here in Altadena. I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
I'm sure residents just grateful to see the National Guard out there now. They've been calling for it for the past couple of days. Yeah. All right, here's Samara with another check of the forecast on this Friday. And you've been saying, there is some
LA.com. And according to the head of FEMA, if you do have insurance, you're asked to file your claim or your report first before applying for that federal aid, and then to have that insurance information ready. Reporting live in Malibu, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you very much. Those aerial shots are just unbelievable.
Yeah. Sickening.
Unbelievable. And God, I can only imagine like what people must be thinking or going through. There's that feeling of shock. You don't believe it. And then it also leaves you wondering, like, why? Why did this happen?
Yeah. Not only has this become the most destructive wildfire in Los Angeles history, but it has the potential, according to a lot of experts, to become the most costly wildfire disaster in American history.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just in Malibu alone, you're gonna have these beautiful structures that are just. I wonder how they gonna how they gonna do with getting all these people their home and their money for their home back. You know, so we'll see.
Certainly understand.
Just the magnitude is something that even we can't even comprehend.
No, you can't comprehend
right now
it,
at this moment.
Well, neighbors.
My God, I'm hearing an
and
alert
we are
going off
hearing
on your
our
phone.
phones going off with yet another some type of emergency alert. You may be able to make it out. You know, unfortunately, we've received so many emergency alerts. Mel and Jen, you may have heard the sound.
This is probably a $30-40 million house on the coast.
And we just got another one earlier, though they were reported to be yet another mistake from the Los Angeles County Fire Department, an evacuation warning. So you may have gotten this alert just now. Of course, Fox 11 and Good Day LA is going to research it and we'll bring you the latest on whether this alert should have gone out or whether this is yet another glitch in the alert system.
As we know,
live in Malibu again, I'm Gigi Graciette. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, Gigi, as we know, communication is so crucially important, and what is going on?
You don't want people beginning to disregard the alerts because they've been consistently, there have been error alerts. Okay, if you would like to help.
Good thing. All right, Samada, a lot of road closures when you're talking about some of these fire areas. Yeah.
Port officials confirming 4 passengers received minor injuries. We are going to head back to our Fox LA team as we do continue our coverage of these devastating wildfires out in California. We also did just bring you this press briefing.
Abandoned homes, that's what we're witnessing at this hour. 180,000 residents gone under mandatory evacuation orders.
Well, now the National Guard is deployed to protect the fragile remains of what once was. Let's check in with Mario and see how things are where you are. I see you have a mask on this morning. Obviously, the air quality is just terrible.
Yeah, still that heavy smoke in the air here as the Eaton fire continues to burn. Now, you mentioned the looting. That's, Araxia and Sandra, has been one of the reasons why so many residents are reluctant to evacuate and leave all of their belongings behind. Well, take a look here behind me. The California National Guard has now moved in to help with wildfire efforts in the areas of both the Palisades fire and here around the Eaton fire. And this is one of a dozen of these armored military vehicles we've seen in the area this morning. Take a look. They arrived last night after Governor Newsom's approval. 400 Guard members have now been deployed into these fire zones, and we've seen these CalGuard members making their way through these evacuated neighborhoods this morning. The purpose to assist law enforcement with traffic control and ensuring these fire zones are kept safe. It comes, as you all mentioned, after 20 people have been arrested for looting in these evacuation zones between Wednesday night and Thursday morning, something the county is confident the National Guard will be able to help prevent.
I mean, right now we can use any assistance we could take because this was devastating. It's a real disaster. I know like Katrina and all that was serious, but this is probably the closest that we're going to get to experience to something like that. It's like a movie.
Yeah, it's the air. It's probably smoking heavy and hot. Yeah, man.
That's the best way I can put it. Like, from when it was going on to the aftermath, it's just... Best way I can put it is like a Hollywood movie. That's the best way I can put it.
Though, on when President Biden will be speaking from the White House.
Cost. But yesterday I directed the federal government will cover 100% of the state costs for 180 days.
There's Biden, I guess, sending help over to the disaster that's happening in California. So it seems like he's approving help.
Also announced FEMA has turned on its critical needs assistance program. This program gives one-time payment of $750 to survivors so they can quickly purchase critical items like water, formula, gasoline, and prescription drugs. Survivors should go to disasterassistance.gov or call 1-800-621-3362. We can't help you if we don't know you need the help. So call disasterassistance.gov, contact or call 1-800-621-3362. And I want to be clear, this is not the only aid the survivors can request from FEMA. More programs are going to be available through the disaster declaration, but this assistance that survivors can get now and get it fast. We're also helping the state and local law enforcement personnel keep people safe. I've offered Governor Newsom additional support on that front too. For example, the Defense Department, military personnel can help direct traffic, evacuate people where traffic lights have been destroyed. Finally, I want to thank all the first responders. And I often say, God made man, then he made a few firefighters, and these are men and women. The firefighters in Los Angeles are proof of that. The scope, the scale, and the erratic movements of these fires is truly unprecedented. I mean, it's truly unprecedented. And but day after day, these firefighters have been pulling 24-hour shifts, rushing the flames with hurricane-force winds as well, to rescue people, to evacuate neighborhoods, and put these fires out. Now I speak for the American people when I say, we owe you, we're with you, and we're going to make sure you get every resource you need. I want to turn it over to the Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. President. As you've said, what we have been witnessing is truly mass devastation. And whether we are talking about Sylmar to the Palisades to Altadena, it's important to know that we're talking about neighborhoods of people who, in many cases, I think about Altadena, these homes have been in these families for generations. And in many of these homes, it is a multi-generational family that lives there. Also understand that in a lot of these neighborhoods, the folks who live there also work in that neighborhood, which means they've lost their home and their livelihood. So the devastation that we are looking at is multi-generational and is going to linger for quite some time. And the work under the President's leadership that we are doing through the federal government to provide aid in every way to the governor, to the mayor, to local police and fire is critically important, and we are doing it with a sense of urgency. I also would mention that not only are firefighters out there working around the clock, some of whom, sadly more than a few, who have lost their own homes in the fire, but so too with LAPD police officers who are working around the clock, and there are at least a dozen who have also lost their own homes to the fire.
Yeah, that's
So
sad.
there is a
That's sad when you think about you fighting fires, but then your home is burning and you're losing your home as well. And it's sad. It's sad, man.